She didn't even spell coworker right. Just married my coworker. You're pathetic, BT. I read it twice. At first, I stared at the screen like it was a dare. Some poorly written prank she'd laugh about later and explain away with a hangover and a sheepish grin. But then the photo followed. Vegas neon burning behind them. A cheap plastic veil clipped into her hair. His shirt undone like he'd won a prize. His arm hung possessively round her, smug and undeserved. My thumb hovered above the screen. Cool, that's all I sent. 2 letters and a period. Then I turned off her credit cards, locked her out of every shared account, and changed the locks like I was checking off tasks on a quiet, efficient to-do list. There was no anger, just precision, like I was deleting a file, not ending a marriage. It was to 17 a.m. The house stood silent, hollow. No trace of the woman who used to cry if I came home late. She used to tell me she missed me. Said I worked too hard, that I made her feel invisible. So I cut my hours, picked up side gigs online to keep us afloat. I'd serve her breakfast most mornings, like it was a quiet ritual. A glass of water, coffee with oat milk, no sugar, because I stopped taking it just to make her feel better about her diet. Her friends used to laugh and say I was husband of the year. Too good to be true. I thought they meant it. I thought I was winning. We bought this house 3 years ago. Every spare rupee I had, I poured into it. Scraped walls, laid floors, painted ceilings. I worked until my knuckles split, then healed, only to split again. She wanted modern and minimalist. I gave her that. All she gave back was withdrawal, inch by inch. I first noticed it in the scent vanilla and something masculine. She came home late, said it was a work thing, networking, but her smile didn't reach her eyes, and she wore a necklace I'd never seen before. I didn't ask, just nodded, filed it away like a quiet bruise. Soon she stopped asking how my day went, started spending without telling me, new heels, spa memberships, group trips that never had a group. She stopped calling me babe, just hey, and one night, when she thought I was asleep, she whispered into the dark, I should have waited for someone better. I lay still that night, stared at the ceiling for an hour, lungs frozen, heart slowly cracking like ice underfoot. But I didn't say anything, not then. The real break didn't come in a blow-up or a scream. It wasn't even her text from Vegas. It was a quiet Thursday, rain tracing the windows. She was in bed, scrolling TikTok, legs wrapped in the blanket I used to think of as ours. I brought her tea. She didn't look up right away, just blinked at her phone, then said without emotion, I don't want to have kids. No context, no explanation, just a sentence dropped like an anvil. I stood there with the chipped mug in my hand, realizing I'd spent 7 years building a future she'd already burned in her mind. That night, I slept in the guest room. She didn't notice. I didn't ask. We became strangers sharing a hallway. When that Vegas message came, it wasn't rage that settled into my bones, it was something colder. A final click, a curtain drawing closed. I didn't ask questions, didn't call, just logged into our shared bank account, moved the funds, froze. Hers, canceled her cards, blocked her number, removed her name from the deed. 11 minutes. That's all it took to unmake what 7 years had pretended to be. I went to the hardware store, bought new locks, and replaced them while listening to an old playlist she used to hate. Drill whirring, silence pressing down like snow. I canceled her gym and yoga memberships, sent off the formal notices. Got a reply, sorry to see her go. I didn't laugh, didn't feel anything at all. Just stared at that message like I had it hers. By sunrise, it was like she'd never lived here. At 8:03 a.m., the police rang the doorbell. They asked if I'd thrown her out. I said no. I told them she left. One of them mentioned financial abuse. She'd filed a report. I handed over a printed copy of her marriage certificate. It was public record, dated 48 hours ago. She married someone else. I told them this wasn't her home anymore. One officer asked if she had a key. No, I said. She forfeited that right. They looked at each other, nodded, and left. That night I got a message from a number I didn't know. You're a __psycho. I stared at it for a moment, then blocked it. 3 days later, she came back. I watched through the peephole as she pounded on the door. Her hair was unwashed, Her face pale, no ring on her finger anymore. She yelled, begged, cursed, threatened. I didn't open it, didn't speak, just stood there, breathing steadily while the storm outside flailed. After half an hour, she left. That was the last time I saw her. I heard she moved in with him, the co-worker. He lost his job within a month, some harassment complaint, apparently. I heard she pawned her jewelry, tried filing a lawsuit against me for emotional damage. It went nowhere. I didn't fight, didn't respond. Let her scream into silence. This house is mine now. The peace is mine. I sleep through the night without waiting for the other shoe to drop. I drink my tea alone. Some mornings, I stand at the door and wonder who I used to be, the man who thought love meant offering yourself up until there was nothing left to give. Now, I believe in consequences. She left me chasing a thrill, and I left her with nothing but echoes. She thought I'd beg. She thought I'd fall apart. I didn't even flinch.